All right, well, thank you all for coming here. My name is Max Reimer. I'm the state representative in District 28B, which is Chisago County. Today, we will have a bill heard in the Public Safety Committee, House File 16. I talked to a number of you a few weeks ago about this bill. Essentially, what this bill does is it accomplishes two main things. The first is that it mandates any illegal immigrant arrested on suspicion of a violent crime is defined by Minnesota State Statute 624-172, Subdivision 5, to be reported to ICE or immigration officials at the federal level. Second, this bill prevents any state and local government entities from actively prohibiting, restricting, or interfering with federal immigration enforcement authorities and carrying out federal immigration enforcement on this statute. So to just kind of cover what the statute covers is the mandatory reporting to immigration authorities would include illegal immigrants who are suspected of committing murder, assault, domestic assault, crimes committed for the benefit of a gang, robbery, carjacking, kidnapping, criminal sexual conduct. And what I want to cover about this bill is that it's a very narrowly focused bill. Ultimately, we had an election in November that was primarily adjudicated on illegal immigration. It was a number one or number two issue for most Americans. And what this bill does is it helps keep our community safe. It prevents violent offenders who should not be here from harming our communities. And in many cases, these communities are low-income communities, communities with other legal immigrants who their safety is put at risk and families are put at risk. So what this bill does is it makes sure that we have an open line of communication between local authorities and the federal government in dealing with violent or dangerous criminals in our community. Now, this bill is important because it comes on the heels of the Minneapolis mayor, of the Hennepin County attorney, of the Minneapolis police chief, all openly defying the federal government in their effort to curb illegal immigration in our communities. And I think what this bill will ultimately accomplish is creating a pathway between local authorities to report violent offenders who happen to be illegal immigrants to federal authorities. This is important because it helps protect our communities, and it's important because it keeps people off of our street who should not be here. Some of the feedback that I've gotten on the bill is, what kind of door does this open up? It doesn't open up a door. It is very narrowly focused in its scope and make sure that we're first and foremost matching what the Trump administration said when it said we are going to primarily deal with violent criminal offenders. So it'll be heard in public safety today. Its second stop will be government operations, and I anticipate a very robust discussion in Public Safety Committee today. With that, I'll take questions.
Are you concerned that the proposal might not move forward once the power sharing agreement comes back?
That's a really good question. When you look at kind of model legislation at the federal level, the Lake and Riley bill got broad bipartisan support across Congress. I think this is a very reasonable proposal that should be able to get broad bipartisan support as well. I don't view this as a quote-unquote messaging bill. I do view this as a practical bill to solve the problem of crime in our communities.
I know that the Minneapolis FBI tweeted recently that they're trying to comply and helping federal enforcement officials pick up folks who are in sort of this situation. Is that enough? I wonder if you can clarify what needs to be done differently at the local level to help with enforcement.
Well, it's a reaffirmation, and in fact, we'll have testifiers today who say that our current situation, when you have people openly defying the federal government, are actually violating current statute. What this is meant to do is reinforce our responsibility in Minnesota that we are going to get violent offenders off the street who should not be here. So what this bill really does is reaffirm our role and responsibility and our, at the local level, at the law enforcement level, to report these people.
Have you heard from any of your DFL colleagues? Do they plan to support it?
Not yet. Not yet, but again, you know, it's going to be a long session. We're going to have to learn how to work together. And I just keep going back to the Lake and Riley bill at the federal level has gotten broad bipartisan support. And I'm open to conversations about making this or any legislation better, knowing that we have a 67-67 tie. All right, thank you all.
Yeah, nice job, guys.